Welcome to ProSpeak English Dialogue. Today, Alex and Sarah talk about how to start when you feel overwhelmed, not with a fantasy routine, but with one small move when your brain won't cooperate.
Okay, honest question. Do you ever open your notes app, see the list, and just close it? Yeah, like immediately. Like my thumb has a survival instinct. That's me this week. I'm not even sad. I'm just full. Too many tabs in my head.
Full is a good word. Overwhelmed is the fancier one. It means everything hits you at once and you can't sort it.
Overwhelmed, yeah. Overwhelmed like work messages, a course I'm ignoring, laundry, and this weird guilt about not calling my mom.
Right. And none of it is a movie villain. It's all normal stuff, but together it's loud.
Super loud. And the annoying part is, I know what to do in theory. Start somewhere, break it down. I've heard every tip.
But knowing the tip isn't the same as your body agreeing to move.
Exactly. I sit down, I stare, and I feel paralyzed. Like I'm frozen before I even begin.
Paralyzed, like stuck. Can't start, even when you want to.
Stuck is the word. And then I do the worst thing. I go on my phone, because at least that's easy.
Yeah, the phone is the emergency exit. Quick dopamine. Zero progress.
Zero progress. Maximum shame. So now I'm overwhelmed and also annoyed at myself.
That's the spiral. The pile gets bigger because you add self-criticism on top.
So how do you start when you feel overwhelmed? Like actually start, not manifest it.
Honestly, I've tried the heroic version first, the whole new system thing. It looks good on paper.
The heroic version?
Yeah, I'll reorganize my whole life at 11 p.m., color-coded calendar, 10 rules. And then I wake up and can't even do step 1.
Okay, that's uncomfortably familiar.
So if you want, we can walk through what goes wrong and what works after that. But the first thing is naming it. You're not broken. You're overloaded.
Overload. I can say that without sounding like I'm making excuses?
It's not an excuse. It's context. But okay, my first attempt when I'm overwhelmed is usually I try to fix everything in one day.
The Mega Monday.
The Mega Monday, the Reset Saturday, whatever. I tell myself today I become a different person.
And then real you shows up. Tired you.
Tired me wants toast and silence. So I do one big task badly or I half start 5 things.
Half starting is my specialty. I open the document, write a title, and call it progress.
I mean, it's something, but it's also a trick because you get the feeling of work without the result. Like you're busy, but you're not moving.
Busy without moving. Ouch.
And then I tried discipline as punishment. No breaks until you finish, which sounds strong until you realize it's a threat.
Yeah, when I'm threatened, I don't get noble. I get stubborn. Like, watch me not do it.
Right. So the big plan doesn't create momentum. Momentum is when something actually starts rolling.
So if the big plan fails, what's left? Shame?
Usually shame arrives next, which is the worst fuel.
I tell myself I should be stronger. Like, other people handle life. Why am I like this?
But that's comparing your inside to someone else's outside. You don't see their freeze moments.
True. Online, everyone looks smooth. In real life, we're all a little scrambled.
Scrambled is normal. The problem is when scrambled turns into mean self-talk, because then starting feels like admitting you're a failure.
And if starting equals shame, of course I avoid it.
Exactly. So the friction isn't laziness. It's fear dressed up as procrastination.
Fear of what, though? Failing? Or being seen?
Sometimes both. Sometimes it's just fear that the task is bigger than your energy. And your brain goes, nope, not today.
Okay, so I avoid. Then the guilt shows up. And the guilt makes the pile feel heavier.
Guilt adds weight. It's like carrying the old version of you on your back.
I even do this thing where I negotiate. If I start at 5, I'm allowed to feel okay.
And 5 becomes 6. 6 becomes tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm fresh. Spoiler, I'm not fresh. I'm the same human with less sleep.
Yeah, waiting for the perfect mood is basically a trap. The mood might not come.
So I'm stuck between 2 bad feelings. Pressure to do everything and disgust that I'm doing nothing.
That's the squeeze. And when you're in the squeeze, your brain goes binary. All or nothing.
All or nothing. Either I crush the whole list or I'm worthless.
Binary thinking. Only 2 options. It ignores the middle space where real life happens.
Middle space sounds nice. I don't live there. I live in panic and then numb.
Numb is protection. Your system turns the volume down because the stress is too high.
But numb doesn't feel protective in the moment. It feels like I'm failing in slow motion.
I get that. And here's the extra layer. Sometimes people around you mean well, but their advice makes it worse.
Like, just do it. Thanks, Nike. Very helpful.
Or you're overthinking. Maybe. But overthinking is a symptom, not a personality type.
So when someone says relax, I want to scream. I'm trying to relax. That's why I'm stuck.
Yeah. The advice skips the part where you need a bridge. A tiny bridge from frozen to moving.
A bridge. Not a highway, not a whole new life.
Exactly. And the bridge isn't motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It's a spark, not an engine.
So what is the engine?
Usually something embarrassingly small. Small enough that your brain can't argue with it.
Embarrassingly small? Give me an example.
Okay, not write the essay. More like open the doc, read the prompt, write one sentence.
One sentence feels like cheating.
It's not cheating. It's lowering the bar on purpose. You're making the entry so easy that starting isn't a debate.
Lowering the bar means you don't expect perfection at step one.
Yeah, the first step is proof. Proof that you're not frozen forever. You're just stuck in a big story.
I like that. Proof, not a masterpiece.
And sometimes I say out loud, I'm only doing 5 minutes. Timer on the phone. When it ends, I can stop.
5 minutes, that's it?
Often that's enough to break the seal, because once you've started, continuing is less scary than starting.
The seal, like opening the thing. Okay, wait, so if I keep going after 5 minutes, is that a bonus?
Bonus. If you stop after 5, you still win. You showed up. You didn't negotiate for 3 more hours.
That's weirdly kind, like I'm allowed to be human.
You are allowed. Another trick, name the next physical action, not the whole project. The next physical move.
Like open the laptop, not fix my career.
Exactly. Open the laptop. Find the file. Read one paragraph. Your body understands physical actions.
My body definitely understands make tea. Less sure about become disciplined.
And if you're overwhelmed by choices, pick the smallest ugly task. The one that makes you groan. Do a tiny slice.
A slice, not the whole pizza.
Yeah. The point isn't to finish everything today. It's to break the freeze. Once there's movement, you can steer.
Steer, like adjust as you go, not plan the whole road in your head first.
Planning in your head is where overwhelm lives. Movement is where reality lives.
Okay, so tomorrow, when I'm staring at the list and my chest gets tight,
Yeah?
I'll pick one physical action. 5 minutes, lower the bar on purpose.
That's the whole recipe. No hero costume required.
No hero costume, just me with a timer.
The timer is the trick. It keeps it honest.
And if I slip back into scrolling?
You're human. You reset. You don't turn it into evidence that you're broken.
Reset, not shame spiral. I'll try to remember that.
And if you want a simple line for your brain, I'm starting small on purpose. Not because I'm weak, because I'm smart enough to work with my limits.
I'm starting small on purpose. I like how that sounds. Kind, firm.
Firm is good. Overwhelm doesn't disappear because you yelled at yourself. It loosens when you give yourself a door.
A door, not a wall.
Yeah, and hey, if you do one tiny thing today, that's not trivial. That's momentum starting.
Momentum starting. Okay, I can carry that home.
Carry it light. That's the whole point.
Light. Yeah. Thanks, Alex. I needed the stock.
Anytime. And to everyone listening, thanks for joining ProSpeak English Dialogue. We'll catch you in the next episode.